Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Romantic versus Insuperable. This game taking place here on Amazonia. Romantic has spawned as the orange human player over here at what I will call, on the bottom left hand side of the map at what I'll call the 7 o'clock position. Meanwhile, we have Insup spawning as the green undead on the top right. This is human versus undead in a 1v1 matchup on Amazonia. Classic matchup, and we'll see what gets underway here. Opening up with a Lich first coming in from Insup. Meanwhile, Romantic going for that classic Archmage first, but it will be a battle of the brains. All right, 2-minute mark already passed. We're going to be looking at an Archmage creeping out with some Militia. Meanwhile, that Lich first aggression, what really can come of that there as that Footman quickly gets Icy blasted and that slower movement speed and so much damage already, so much damage trying to finish it off. And that Scouting Footman didn't know what hit him. Coming back down to the south here, Archmage is already clearing out one creep camp. Going to be going after another here in just a moment, making sure that Lightning Shield doesn't deal any damage to his own friendly units, a Rogue, and to additional Apprentice Wizards as the Archmage gets up to level 2. Meanwhile, a Lich is already doing some easy creeping out across the map as well, trying to go after those Kobold Tunnelers and Taskmasters, racking up the damage as well and spawning up those skeletal minions. Alright, Kobold Taskmaster nearly getting taken down. There goes one unit getting taken out pretty easily, but the Archmage of Romantic already coming across, putting in pressure here. Lich trying to finish off one more unit. Is Lich going to get to level 2? Yes, it will. Picks up the Circlet of Nobility, and now both of them will be battling it up. Archmage has to be very careful though. Romantic nearly getting surrounded right there as the Footman gets blasted once more. More damage coming back across, and it is Dark Ritual first coming in from Insup. So there's going to be a lot of Icy Blast, you better believe it. All right, more damage coming back across there. One more shot could have finished off. There's another Dark Ritual. There's a deny as we are already up to 100 some odd mana again. All right, looking to try and retreat back. It looked like there was 100 some odd mana. Not quite sure where he spent his mana on. Perhaps a bad Dark Ritual trying to get a Skeletal Warrior, but ends up not getting very much at all. Dark Ritual or Ritual Dagger. I was like Sacrifice Dagger. No, that doesn't quite sound right. Coming back through. All right, I'm going to slow up my pace here a little bit as we're looking at Romantic and Insup continuing to battle it out. Romantic now trying to clear up with this Rock Golem creep camp, but we are going to see from the back the Lich come down and do a potential creep jack here. A lot of damage could be added in as the Lich does have a decent amount of mana, perhaps one Frost Nova at the very least as the units are retreating. There you are. There goes an Ensnare as well. Damage trying to add back up here. Lich still seeing that level 2. Archmage getting very close to level 3 as the Archmage also picks up a Wand of Mana Stealing. Could try and take away some precious mana from that Lich as well. Did he use one of those charges? Yes, he did, denying a Frost Nova already. Just exactly what the Doctor ordered as damage is already starting to add back up. More damage coming back on through. There was another Wand of Mana Stealing used right there, and Insup not able to get off that Dark Rich or get off those Frost Novas to try and really punish Romantic, really making the most out of that Wand of Mana Stealing, being able to turn things around by denying that one or two Frost Novas and being able to just snowball after that. Lich now making its way back around here, does have Boots of Speed. Archmage doesn't realize that perhaps the Lich has double backed around as the units are still trying to retreat the very far back. There is one Nerubian tower here, and the Footmen are all going to try and engage. As you can see, the Graveyard is now nearly, was about halfway done. All right, there's a cancellation on the Graveyard. New Graveyard going to be placed down here. Footmen, Skeletal Minions all trying to engage. Meanwhile, Lich is down here at the south side going after this creep camp. Should be able to use some Rod of Necromancy, put in a little bit of pressure once more as the Archmage gets up to level 3 from a Cloak of, and while hiding with a Cloak of Shadows. Skeletal Minions now still trying to retreat back. Tech to tier 2 is nearly done, and that will be an additional tower that Romantic has to deal with as that split cold tower is going to make things much more difficult for units to try to run in and out. Down to the south here, Lich is still doing quite a bit of fighting. Rod of Necromancy trying to finish off some more of those units. There goes another Peasant as well. well, as the Lich is really just staying alive ever so barely. So much damage happening back across, as we're going to see one footman getting taken down by a tower. Graveyard once again gets canceled out, so 32 supply compared to 22, as we're looking at the Lich continuing to try to fight back against all of these units here, trying to dance around across all of these units as the Arcane Tower looks to be nearing completion. Coming back around here, Acolytes trying to retreat back as the footmen are putting in pressure once more. Ghouls could end up getting taken down as well. They are fighting on Blight, giving them better regeneration, but it's not going to last that much longer, as the Archmage is now halfway to level 4 as well. All right, another footman about to get taken down, but remember, towers taking down units do not give experience, so Romantic is winning in the overall experience race, as the staff or Scroll of Town Portal coming back in. Lich now going to go ahead and engage right here, trying to fight its way through. There's another Dark Ritual. Frost Nova could have been thrown down here to try and finish off that Archmage. Archmage able to retreat back, but both sides are licking their wounds after this long engagement. All right. Fighting abounding on all sides right there. Yep, someone unplugged my speakers. All right. Anyways, coming back around, the Lich coming down across to the south here, perhaps trying to see if another expansion is trying to be built here. Lich can do an easy quick check, get some skeletal minions out here onto the battlefield, and now looking to back away already. Lich relatively low on hit points and very low on mana as well. Both sides not quite sure how long this party can really go for, as the skeletal minion could really just take down this peasant right there and try and put pressure onto some of these units. All right, 2 peasants quickly going to get taken down, or at least 1 peasant going to get taken down. Lich picking up a Dark Ranger as that second hero, using those black arrows to perhaps funnel and get in more Dark Rituals as well. All right, Lich going to come back across there. There's a big Frost Nova blasting down 2 more peasants. Again, all the peasants are now completely down, as more and more peasants are being trained up by Romantic, who is still at tier 1 after all this time. Lich making its play back down to the south here, as we're looking at another peasant try to, well, do a little bit of work. Lich still low on mana, down to 79 hit points, and when with those boots of speed, able to create a little bit of distance and separation. We should be looking at, well, more Acolytes, more Ghouls, perhaps an Obsidian statue out of a Slaughterhouse, but we still don't see that as of yet, as the Lich is down to 24 hit points. That was unnecessary damage right there, as it's now trying to retreat all the way back. All right, some bad news there, as the expansion is going to find some time to actually become set up, and once Romantic doesn't need to constantly train up additional peasants, he should be able to, well, start taking the tier 2 and make a little bit of a comeback play. Lich really not healed up all that much, still relatively low on mana, down to the south here, 100 mana. Meanwhile, the Dark Ranger does have those black arrows, and there is a lot of footmen out here onto the battlefield. All right, trying to look for an easy target to Frost Nova. Nothing really there to Frost Nova, as we are looking at the Dark Ranger trying to finish off some more of these units. Footmen are now trying to make a play as well, but the units don't move that fast without that Unholy Aura movement speed buff. Lich still trying to go after that Archmage. Archmage taking quite a little bit of damage, could try and buy a Scroll of Regeneration. There's was that a Dust of Appearance? Not quite sure what that was. There's another Dark Ritual, and there goes the Frost Nova, finishing off that Archmage at level 4. Dark Ranger getting a little bit of bonus experience there, now trying to go after some more of these other units, perhaps trying to get some additional skeletal minions out here onto the battlefield. One more shot would do it, but, well, skeletal minion still pops out even though it was denied. Beautifully done there, as the Dark Ranger perhaps going to try and take down some more of these units here. Lich going to be coming back around, actually going after a footman here, and now going to try and retreat back. Doesn't have any more Rods of Necromancy, so it will fully rely on the black arrows of the Dark Ranger for more of those skeletal minions. All right, Dark Ranger, Lich continuing to battle it up here. How much damage can really be done? More and more peasants, more Dark Rituals perhaps for that Lich to try and blast another Frost Nova, as the Scout Tower nearly getting taken down, but multiple peasants are on repair. Another bit more blasting damage here, as the Dark Ranger trying to finish things off. Archmage now comes back around, could finish off the Lich. Lich is going to have a little bit of problems there. Dark Ranger purposely sacrificing itself, or not quite sure what that was about, as it gets Goblin Zeppelin picked up at the last possible moment. moment. Level 4 now on that Lich, and now continuing to use those dark rituals to try and finish things off as the Archmage gets blasted down once more and still jumps back inside to try and stay alive another day. Lich very, very low on hit points, but having enough mana to cause problems, and that's perhaps all INSUP needs to try and stay in this game, as the Lich now chases after this Goblin Zeppelin here, waiting for the Archmage to perhaps jump down, and well, unable to cast that Frost Nova in time. You can see the animation trying to get off here. Beautiful Goblin Zeppelin micro, and it's just constant damage again and again. All right, Lich is down to 55 hit points. A little bit of fireball damage. The Lich cannot expect to stick around here, as the Lich still firing away. And there goes the Frost Nova. All right, Lich gets taken down, or Lich takes down the Archmage again at 40-some odd hit points. A little bit playing with fire, as Romantic was just trying to get that last hit on that Lich. Dark Ranger now back out here onto the battlefield. Resurrection time doesn't take that long, as the Footmen are now making their way back down again. All right, Dark Ranger hoping to put on some pressure, perhaps finish off some of those units. There goes a Dark Ritual onto some of those peasants. Dark Ranger could try and clean things up with the remainder of those peasants here and get some black arrows going. Level 2 now on that Dark Ranger, as well as the Footmen are now making their way back over. Meanwhile, Lich dangerously low on hit points, down to 20 hit points, able to get away from the Archmage, as the Archmage is, well, sitting around 300 hit points still. All right, Mountain King now out here on the battlefield. It looks as though INSUP going to be forced to retreat back here after, well, some great pressure onto that Archmage. Lich sitting at level 4. Level 2 Dark Ritual does make a very big deal. Still no Obsidian statues to follow this up. Finally, a slaughterhouse being built back at home. Additional ziggurats as well, and really the slaughterhouse is the glue that holds the undead army together, keeping those pushes alive and well. Lich now back here, big Frost Nova across multiple units, slowing down much of that healing. Mountain King out here onto the battlefield, and Stormbolt's not really coming across, as the Archmage could be in trouble, and he does get taken down again. Dark Ranger gets taken down as well. The ghouls are swarming, 24 supply compared to 30, as the Lich gets Stormbolted. All right, Dark Ritual could be in order to try and finish off some more units, as the Goblin Zeppelin gonna pick up a little bit more again. Lich back up to 125 mana. That's all the mana you need, as the, well, Water Elemental could easily finish off a Mountain King or finish off a Ghoul here. Ghoul trying to get away. There goes a Storm or a Frost Nova there, as the Lich seems to have pretty much mana for days. Rod of Necromancy still available, a charge to use. There is another round as well, perhaps trying to get out another Frost Nova, another Icy Blast across multiple units. Ghouls are just going to continue to clear and clean things up here, as it takes down unit after unit after unit as they're walking on by. Lich sitting at level 4, could get to level 5, does get to, I believe this will get to level 5 here, and now with level 5, level 3 Frost Nova may be too much to handle for all of these tier 1 units, Footmen and peasants. Stormbolt, Mountain King gets up to level 2, trying to finish off more things here, as we're looking at the Dark Ranger waiting to get resurrected back at home. Still a lot of pressure here. Lich low on mana, and still a dangerous threat if it does get enough mana for a Dark Ritual to get back and then start snowballing once more. Ghouls continuing the fight here. Lich still putting in large amounts of pressure. Goblin Zeppelin getting pressured here, as the skeletal minions could get finished up. A Goblin Shredder now joining in on the fight, as that Goblin Shredder represents a large amount of damage and, well, invulnerable to that Frost Nova, or untargetable from that Frost Nova of that Lich. INSUP now with the larger supply after all this time, 13 workers compared to 5. Ghouls now continuing to fight back around, as we see an Obsidian statue now join in on the battle here. This might become a very big problem indeed. Lich trying to fight things back around. Dark Ranger now coming back around, as well as the Obsidian statue represents so much additional damage and staying power for the undead army. No Orb of Corruption. We are only at tier 2 after all this time. This is a tier 2 style push, never going into tier 3. And, well, it doesn't look like Romantic will be able to bounce back out of this. A big Frost Nova across all of those units. Archmage going to come back around. The Obsidian statue, the glue, trying to hold everything together. is going to get pressured a little bit as well as the units are continuing to engage. Ghoul is trying to go after all of those peasants, decides to, well, ignore all of the peasants, instead going after the army again, as Ghoul after Ghoul could get taken down as well. Dark Ranger continuing the pressure here. Lich still looking to get more mana. Well, are we getting Obsidian Statue, Healing, Essence of Blight, or Essence of Mana? It looks like it's only Essence of Mana, or Essence of Blight at this time, as Siege Engines are now rolling on through to try and put in pressure. There goes the Obsidian Statue already. Dual Water Elementals able to finish it off, with the Mountain King gonna be lost here as the new Obsidian Statue joins back in on the fight. Dark Ranger now sitting at level 3. Level 2 Black Arrows means even stronger, higher hit point skeletal minions. Stronger, higher skeletal minions means more mana for the Lich as well, as we are going to be looking at those, well, 290 hit point skeletal minions popping on out and perhaps getting Dark Ritual. All right, another Dark Ritual. Lich back up to 260 mana, now trying to dive in after the Archmage, as the Archmage is going to get a little bit more pressured once again, fighting directly under an Arcane Tower as the Archmage gets taken down once more. Now trying to retreat back again, or perhaps going to try and go after all of the workers here. Only one Arcane Tower, and now in comes the Paladin. So Paladin as the third and final hero, but realizes, wait a second, I'm the only hero out here on the battlefield. What happened during the early stages of this game? Goblin Sapper is now making a play across, perhaps going to try and take down the Altar of Kings, and that is exactly what happens, stopping the resurrection from the heroes. Meanwhile, Ghouls now going after the siege engines and trying to stop the siege engines from taking down the main base. Lich getting extremely close to level 6. Obsidian Statues do need to try and heal back up here, or try and get repaired just a little bit. Water Elementals able to chase down some of these units, as we're looking at the Dark Ranger perhaps trying to add in some more skeletal minions out here as well. 43 supply compared to 28. Archmage, Paladin making moves out across the battlefield. One siege engine is getting Staff of Sanctuary. There's level 6 now on the Lich. Are we going to perhaps be looking at Death and Decay? We can look at Death and Decay, and well, without the Mountain King nearby, that is a perfect target to try and finish things off. There's a Holy Light to try and save right there. 2 heroes and an Obsidian Statue versus 2 heroes. Just the level variety a bit too different, as the Archmage gets saved at the very last possible moment again. Lich still trying to run around here. Obsidian Statue, what's going on? Dark Ranger trying to go after Potion of Healing being bought, as we see some Zeppelin Micro coming back in as well. Lich still trying to stick around here. There's another big Frost Nova taking down some of those units, as the Goblin Zeppelin picks up the Lich, and perhaps should pick up the Dark Ranger and the Obsidian Statue and retreat back home. Meanwhile, Ghoul is looking to stop anything from really getting started at the expansion once more. Obsidian Statue trying to heal up that Lich, but the Mountain King, Paladin, and Archmage still working very well together, being able to stop that level 6 Lich in its tracks. A parking lot of siege engines ready to roll on in once more to try and put in pressure, as we are looking at only about 3.5 minutes of mining left in the main base. Ghoul is going to get caught out here in main battlefield. This is actually a really bad sign. Holy Light trying to save up that Mountain King, and it looks like the Paladin needs to be the hero to try and be pressured out. Archmage down to 221 hit points. It could end up getting Staff of Sanctuary back home, as that's transferred, as the Paladin gets taken down. Mountain King could be in a little bit of trouble. Are we going to see a Frost Nova from that Lich? Lich needs a little bit more time on that Dark Ritual, as that Mountain King is still trying to get away. Doesn't have Boots of Speed, so will not be able to outrun the Lich, as the Lich purposely gets into harm's way. There's the Dark Ritual. There's the Frost Nova. Mountain King counteracts with the Stormbolt to try and get away, as the Lich should be able to easily catch up if it can just get out of the way of those other units. And now putting in pressure onto that Mountain King. Lich down to 89 mana. Gonna go ahead and Dark Ritual that last Ghoul. Says thank you very much. Let's get a Frost Nova, and Mountain King falls as well. Dark Ranger down to the south here, trying to put pressure onto this gold mine, and well, stopping from all of this unhindered mining at the expansion here. This expansion has 16,000 gold, but still unable to fully mine freely, as the main gold mines are starting to run low, as you can imagine. Lich continuing this chase here. Gonna go ahead and Dark Ritual another Ghoul. Gonna try and Frost Nova. Paladin comes back online, ready for the heal. 200 hit point heals, and it's just a matter of mana problems now. Paladin trying to retreat all the way back. Is the Lich going to be able to get off another Frost Nova? It will, but it's not enough as the Staff of Sanctuary saves right there. More damage trying to add back up, and the Archmage unable to run as the Staff of Sanctuary was trying to heal up a little bit more quickly. A Holy Light taking down that ghoul there as the Water Elementals push back once more. All right, more ghouls rushing on in. Ghouls and gargoyles, level 4 Dark Ranger. We're going to be looking at perhaps some of those additional, some of those black arrows going down onto those skeletal minions if the Dark Ranger can actually hit the right target. There's a new Dark Minion right there, and a quick Dark Ritual to try and get back more mana again and again. Lich is sitting at level 6 waiting for Death and Decay, and then if it turns into a race, well, Death and Decay does a percentage-based a bit of damage, which is extremely high against the castle and any of these high hit point buildings. All right, there goes another Frost Nova Archmage trying to retreat back, and in comes the Lich once more, getting ready to put in pressure. That Arcane Tower really needs to get saved here, as we're looking at quite a bit of damage coming back across Arcane Tower, trying to go after the Obsidian Statue. Obsidian Statue now keeping its distance just a little bit, as it's going to get taken down as well. Paladin going after the Obsidian Statue. Mountain King now out here onto the battlefield. Are we going to perhaps get a Storm built and perhaps trying to take down that Lich or any of these other units, as the level 4 Archmage, level 2 Mountain King, and level 1 Paladin still trying to barely hold it together. Down to the south, the expansion is gone. There's barely any mining going on here. Units are going to go ahead and retreat back, and INSUP playing this very aggressive, very annoying style of play with the Lich, just pretty much all in with that Lich constantly, and being able to take down that Archmage, as the Archmage is such a fragile hero if it doesn't have any sort of spell resistance or low hit points. Archmage is now sitting at level 5. Trying to level up some additional heroes is always very difficult, as we see the slow go down and around. One ghoul easily gets taken down. Paladin wants to get up to level 2 Devotion Aura or Divine Shield. Both could make a big play right there, as the Mountain King gets in a lucky bash there to try and will stave off all of these ghouls. There goes another Dark Ritual. When your leader looks at you like a giant mana pot, I gotta say, be careful, as the Lich is still wandering around. Potion of Invulnerability shaking off that Stormbolt, as the Lich is trying to still go after that unit there. All right, Paladin gonna get taken down, as the Lich is now gonna wander around, perhaps try and pick up a Goblin Zeppelin and be able to hide back once again. More Dark Rituals coming again. Lich back up to 150 mana, as there are triple Water Elementals out here onto the battlefield causing problems. Lich still could be in trouble. More ghouls could get taken down, as the ghouls are just absolutely getting pummeled by level 3 Water Elementals. So many of them out here onto the battlefield causing so many problems. Lich continuing to use Dark Rituals, as we're looking at the level 5 Archmage falling for, I can't remember how many times, so many hero deaths in a game, as the Mountain King finally gets up to level 3. There goes another Mountain King as well, and that is gonna be the game. After a long run, so many hero deaths, 11 heroes killed by INSUP using the Lich and Dark Ranger combination. Great game, very well played. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.